Now, big issue looming over the city of Seattle is the projected revenue shortfall of $224 million. That's what it's currently projected to be starting in 2025.
Yeah.
Because the city's mandated by the state to pass a balanced budget, the options to address the deficit are pretty binary, either raise revenue or cut services. How will you approach the issue of how the city collects and spends money on behalf of its constituents?
Great question. So one is I wrote an article a while back that said it was called "Seattle Needs Money," and it was related to this exact topic. And it was my argument was, hey, this is a shortfall. We're losing a lot of revenue because of things like the real estate excise tax slowing down, and we're going to have to gut essential services, or we're going to have to raise money. And so the best choice of those is to raise money. And by the way, our taxes are really regressive. They fall much more on working class people, middle class people, poor people than they do on wealthy folks. And so our taxes need to be more progressive, as in they need to take more from people who have more to rebalance our tax code a little bit. How would I do that? Some of my favorite options right now that I'm interested in and would probably just vote yes on now would be, we could increase Jumpstart, we could increase its scope, and we could increase its magnitude a little bit. I think it should run from more like 1 to 4%, not 0.7 to 2.1 or whatever it is. I think you're still very much in the safe zone where you're not killing the golden goose or anything like that. Alex Peterson has proposed a 3% top off to the 7% tax on extreme capital gains. I think that's also a reasonable idea. I wouldn't do his funny switch with water bills, but it could be that'd be at least another 30 million. Between those two, you'd start to see a substantial difference. I think a vacancy tax is fine. It's not going to raise a ton of money. I'm also interested in I have spoken with some constitutional scholars to make sure this would be cool, but I am very interested in a 1% income tax with a $700 rebate, which would be free or actually a check if you make $70,000 or less, and above that would start to bite at 1% of your income. So it would be de facto progressive, but statutorily it would be written in flat. So between those, you could cover the entire gap, and you would have money left over for things like fentanyl treatment and affordable housing and standing up a behavioral health crisis response and offering people transportation choices, which in contrast, my opponent says she wants to do all those things but wants to cut 200 million, right? You can't just do magic. So.
Absolutely. And I do enjoy hearing concrete ideas. Much appreciated for that.